Hi, Professor Anton. I'm doing this while I do some homework right now. Um, I've read some of the comments, and for those that are watching this and have not seen the original video, Professor Anton made, Corey, he made a video kind of challenging people who consider themselves scientific or realists, um, that hold a position that there's a point in this universe where we can say that consciousness could have not existed, could have not been present in the universe. But, or maybe with, I don't know, whatever. But what Corey's saying is that because, and I think there are people who misunderstand this, because I've read some of the comments, and people are assuming that Corey's saying something that he's not, that that they think that he's saying that consciousness is somehow has like some special meaning, and that is like, well, I guess that's pretty much the big thing. They're kind of attaching this kind of pantheism or some sort of spiritualism, and they're kind of associating with what Professor Anton is saying, and that's not what he's saying at all. The subject of this video is that science, or this is more of actually a discussion about science in relation to consciousness, rather than consciousness in relation to, I guess, purpose or the universe or something, because this conversation is rooted in the nature of science itself. Science is all about empiricism, and empiricism is knowledge that we collect from experience. And there are two words. There are two words in there that are key: knowledge and experience. And knowledge cannot be gained. Knowledge cannot be gained without without someone who has a capacity to store memory. And then there is, and arguably you can say that memory is something that can only exist with time, and time is a subject that you, Corey, brought up. But also experience. Experience is all about consciousness experiencing a world that it considers, outside of itself, or around itself, or enveloping itself. So the very definition of science, the very existence of science, necessitates consciousness. There's no science without consciousness. And so what Corey's saying, and I agree with it, is that because of this implicitness of consciousness with science, is that you cannot take consciousness apart from our present scientific knowledge, and arguably any scientific knowledge. You cannot take away consciousness from any research that we have done of the universe. You cannot, and maybe one day we will be able to, because right now it is still plain knowledge in the scientific community that we have not found where consciousness lies. I've seen many. I've spoken to many biologists, and I've seen interviews with biologists on the internet and on TV, and all of them say that, or I guess almost all of them say that we have found every part of human existence, and we have backtracked it to a biological system in the brain, for the sole exception of one thing: that's consciousness itself. We know where memory is, we know where emotions are, we know where all that is, but we don't know where the presence of an I itself is. we've not found consciousness, or the presence of anything, not really I, because non-self-conscious animals don't have a sense of I, but the sense of being present in the world, consciousness, the onlooker, has not been discovered yet. We do not know where it is. So for all we know, every single part of the universe, every single particle is like, for all we know, every single particle is conscious, but because it is not connected to in an intricate way with a whole system like our brain is, it does not have the capacity to exchange information or to collect information or to be aware in the kind of conglomerate sense that a neural system is aware. So consciousness could be present everywhere, or as some people say, it could be present nowhere. It's just a kind of process that happens when there's a system. But the point is that we cannot say that consciousness at one point wasn't present in the universe. We can hypothesize it. We can say that perhaps it was not present, but we can't say that for sure it was not present, like before life or before whatever, because we just don't know where consciousness lies. We don't know where it is. And I think that's all to be said. Well, right now, I mean, until other people bounce off ideas. I guess that kind of clarification, I think it was a clarification, is all I had to say. But really, yeah, like what I really had to add was that this is about science itself, the nature of science. And that's pretty much what we're talking about. I guess if I think of something else, I'll make another video, but I'll probably just wait for this conversation to continue going so we can reach another subject. Apologize if that wasn't much said, but